Hey everybody. Um, I decided to record this video in English because I want not only my Brazilian friends to be able to see it and understand it, but also my friends who live abroad and also American friends that live in Brazil. So that's why I decided to do it in English. So I will speak slowly as I jump into the content. So we are approaching the end of 2021 and hopefully the end of a very, very complex pandemic period. Vaccination is advanced in Brazil, so I think we'll be able to survive through the end of the year without the celebrations and also Carnival in the beginning of next year. I don't think we're going to jump into a fourth wave of COVID infections. So I want to believe that we are approaching the end of this. But because we are approaching that period, it made me think about bigger items, bigger things. Basically, the question is, where are all the aliens, right? And I'm very skeptical with metaphysical things like God or saints or things of that nature, unexplained energy that goes from one body to the next, magic stones, magic that it's not a trick, but magic that people tend to believe in, spirits. I'm very skeptical with those things. I don't think God exists. But when it comes to aliens, I think it's a much more tangible question and one that needs to be addressed because that's what we do in science. In science, we keep asking questions because we want to push the boundaries of what we know and what we understand. That's how we have evolved. And it's interesting to think that, let's take, for example, the galaxy where we live in, the Milky Way. The Milky Way is about 100,000 light years in length. 100,000 light years in length. And it is part of a group of 30 galaxies, 30, in what the astronomers call the local group of galaxies. The closest galaxy to us is Andromeda. Andromeda is about 2.5 million light years away from us, and it's 250,000 light years across the length of Andromeda. So it's interesting because if you think about the size of our galaxy, and then you think about the size of our local group, which includes 30 galaxies in the local group, then there's the other stuff outside of the local group, and then the size of the universe. The question that naturally comes to mind is, where are all the aliens? And then, some scientists may say, well, the space is way too big. Even if you were able to travel at the speed of light or even beyond the speed of light, which is physically impossible, but even if you could do so, it would be so complicated to conquer the tremendous distances that are involved in the size of our universe. However, if you think about it, let's just look at the galaxy we live in, the Milky Way. Even it's pretty big. It's pretty big, okay? 100,000 light years across. That means that if you were able to travel at the speed of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second, approximately, in the vacuum, where there's no air to diffract, to slow you down. If you were able to travel at 300,000 kilometers per second, it would take you 100,000 years to go from one end to the other of the Milky Way. It's a pretty big place. And even if we had an advanced civilization that um, people who were not able to travel at the speed of light, but let's say they were able to travel at 10% of the speed of light, 10% of the speed of light, which means 30,000 kilometers per second, they could cross the whole length of the Milky Way in a few million years. Oh, Luciano, but million years is too much time. Well, in the scale of the universe, it's not a lot of time. So you don't even need a lot of technology to break the speed of light to go across our galaxy, assuming that you could do it in a few million years. So where are all these aliens? Why are we not seeing them everywhere? There's got to be planets in this galaxy that are compatible with life as we understand life. Or maybe there are forms of life that don't even need some of the basic stuff that brought us to life. So where are they? And this question is a puzzling one, because we should see a lot of them. And it's puzzling and it's scary because the possibility that we are definitely alone in this big universe is sad. It's really sad, right? So here's another interesting thought. You may say, well, but Luciano, the Milky Way has not been around for enough time for a potential civilization which is across the galaxy to travel all the way towards us. Of course it has been around, because the center of our galaxy, the center of the Milky Way, which is the inner halo of stars that are around a supermassive black hole that is in the center of our galaxy, that halo is about 11.5 billion years old. So it's almost as old as the universe. The universe is approximately 14 billion years old since the Big Bang. So this galaxy, our galaxy, has been around for quite a while. So it would be enough time, a few million years, for all these aliens across the galaxy to be traveling inside, at least inside the galaxy. So it's a puzzling question. But there's another potential answer to that question. If we have an extremely advanced alien civilization, they could be already observing us. Or they could know that we are here, but we are so insignificant to them that they don't even pay attention to us, but they know we're here. Consider that. Do you stop every day to look at the ants that are in your garden to see what they're doing? No, but you know they're there. But they are irrelevant to you, except if you are an ant scientist. They are irrelevant to most of us. Gosh, we don't even pay attention to the birds around us sometimes. So the answer to that question could be they're already here. And we are not intelligent enough to detect them. Or they know we are here, but they don't care about us. Luciano, why is it important to think about that? It's important to think about that because in about 1 billion years, the sun is going to engulf Earth. The sun is going to die. Our star, the sun, is going to die. And it's going to die by becoming bigger because there will be an imbalance of pressure. And by becoming bigger, it will eat up Mercury, it will eat up Venus, it will eat up the Earth, and I don't know exactly how far it's going to go. Eat up, I mean, it's going to become so big that it's just basically going to burn us. It's going to incinerate the planet. But before that, there's another thing that could kill this planet, and it's us. We could kill this planet way before 1 billion years. So I agree with Elon Musk. We are in a generation that has enough knowledge to start thinking about a multi-planet strategy. Otherwise, we could run out of space, we could run out of nature, we could run out of the factors that sustain life on this planet. And even if we don't, in 1 billion years, which in the scale of the universe is less than 10%, we're going to die anyway. Let's assume that our species is wise enough to fix all its problems and use the consciousness that we have, which is so rare and so important, to control the erosion of natural resources in this planet and extend the survival of our species almost indefinitely towards 1 billion years. We would still have a problem with our sun killing us. We got to think about those things. We have to think about becoming a generation that starts thinking about a multi-planet strategy. If we love our species and if we want our species to continue because we believe we can do a lot of good, not only to us, but to the planet and potentially to other civilizations, who knows? Maybe we start becoming more relevant to them. And then they start paying attention to us. We go from being an ant to becoming a dog. So here's my proposal to you. Next time you're thinking about where you're going to go after you die, if you're going to go to heaven or if you're going to go to hell, or what's going to happen to your spirit after you die, think of something different. Think what we can do, what you can do, what types of things we can start now to increasing the odds that our species can survive and even thrive for another 1, 2, 3 billion years and become more relevant to other advanced civilizations of aliens that may be out there, and start partnering with them in a multi-planet and potentially multi-galactic type of approach. Think of that. Start thinking about that now. I think this is a much more practical and impactful thought than you trying to figure out if you're going to die and come back as a person, as a giraffe, or as a cockroach. Have a wonderful end of the year, and let's get smarter every day.